11th student. Welcome to our new video with new topic, and today we are going to see the topic that is laboratory thermometer and transfer of heat. In this laboratory thermometer we are going to study how the precautions should be taken while handling the thermometer, and in transfer of heat we are going to see the convection, that is conduction, insulator, and the land breeze and sea breeze. So just have a look in your textbook.
Laboratory thermometer. A laboratory thermometer has a long narrow glass tube. It has a bulb at one end containing mercury. It has a scale marked in degrees Celsius. The range of a laboratory thermometer is generally from 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Can you see the figure? That is thermometer. See, glass bulb, mercury, lower fixed point, okay, the hook and the capillary tube. Then the precautions of using laboratory thermometer. While measuring temperature, the laboratory thermometer should be held, it should be vertically. Then the bulb should be surrounded from all sides by the substances whose temperature is to be measured. Then the thermometer should not be held by the bulb. You are not going to touch the bulb, held it from the bulb side. The thermometer should be carefully handled. It should be handled properly. That is transfer of heat. You might have observed that a frying pan becomes hot when kept on a flame. It is because the heat passes from the flame to the utensils. When the pan is removed from the fire, it slowly cools down. Yes, when you are doing something, you want to cook something and you have kept that pan on the flame, so it slowly starts to heat. The utensil starts to heat, okay, and it passes from flame to the utensil. The heat is transferred from the pan to the surroundings, and after some time, if we keep it aside, the pan cools down, okay. So you can understand that in both cases the heat flows from hotter object to a colder object. In fact, transferred from the end nearest to the flame to the other end. The process by which heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end of an object is known as conduction. So what is conduction? When the heat that is transformed from hot end and it cools down, okay, to of an object, that is known as conduction. In solids, generally the minutes touch the other end. Enter your observation in table 4.3. The materials which allow heat to pass through them easily are conductors of heat. So, materials which allow the heat to pass it easily, that are called as conductor. Example are aluminium, iron and copper. And those which do not allow heat to pass through them easily, that are called as poor conductor. You all know, such as plastic and wood. Poor conductors are also known as insulators. Ways in which heat transfer. If you pour hot water in a mug, even the mug becomes hot. Yes, as we all have seen about pen. The heat is traveling from one object to another in a certain way. This method of transfer of heat in solid is called as sea breeze and land breeze. Sea breeze. During the day, the land gets heated faster than the sea. So, what happens? Land get heated fast than sea. So, the air above the land gets heated, becomes hotter and rises up. So, the land which is above the air which is above the land, it gets heated and start rising up, and cool air from the sea moves towards the land. This is called sea breeze. Okay, this happens during the daytime. And the reverse process, that is land breeze. During the night, sea cools down slowly than the land. So the hot air above the sea rises up and cool air from the land move towards the sea. This is called as land breeze. Can you see the diagram? It is daytime and night time. Woolen clothes keep us warm in winter. In winter, we use woolen clothes. Wool is a poor conductor of heat. Moreover, there is air trapped in between wool fibers. This air prevents the flow of heat from our body to the cold surroundings, so we feel warm. As you all know, we wear woolen coats during the winter. Dark color object absorb radiation better than the light color object. That is the reason we feel more comfortable in light color clothes in summer. So that is why we wear light color clothes in summer. Woolen clothes keep us warm during winter. It is so because wool is poor conductor of heat and it has air trapped in between the fibers.
Students, I hope you are clear with the topic. Related to this topic, I am going to send you all worksheet. You are going to write down